Well, the Chicago Bulls rehaul continues as the Chicago Bulls have now officially traded Ayo Dosunmu. This is after they already traded Kobe White. We thought they were going to only trade one or the other. Well, now the Bulls are the OKC of second-round picks. We're going to talk about what it means and more right after this. What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host, Eric Hayes, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. Man, this is actually crazy. The Chicago Bulls now have 14 second-round picks, 14 second-round picks. This is so crazy that the Chicago Bulls have just traded. Like, this is a complete an overhaul of the roster, a complete overhaul of the Chicago Bulls roster. The Chicago Bulls are now getting Rob Dillingham, Leonard Miller, and 4 second-round picks for Ayo Dosunmu and Julian Phillips. This is a major turning point in this one. Reportedly, according to Casey Johnson, he says this: the Bulls had a wide variety of options with the Wolves over previous months, including Juan Behringer at one point. The Wolves loved the first-round pick, so didn't budge. Sounds like Dillingham and Leonard are headed to the Chicago Bulls. So the Bulls try to push for Juan Behringer, but at this point now, man, it's just crazy. It's utterly crazy that this is where we are right now with this team, man. That this is where the team is when it comes down to it. That we have now traded Ayo Dosunmu, a player that we didn't even need to necessarily trade. A player that reportedly wasn't going to get a lot. The Bulls may have just handed, once again, a two-way player to a championship contending team. That's very well what the Bulls have done in this case. Ayo Dosunmu with Anthony Edwards in a backcourt is going to be absolutely crazy to see. And Ayo Dosunmu's never played with a player like that. So to Ayo Dosunmu's credit and to his benefit, he's going to go to the best team he's ever been on. The best team that he has ever been on is where Ayo Dosunmu is going to, with the best player that he's ever played with. No knock to anybody else, the Josh Giddey fans or anything like that, but that's just the reality of it. That is the reality of what this situation is right now. The Bulls, they are completely resetting the roster. The question now is, heck, is Josh Giddey even safe? Is Josh Giddey even safe with this now? Is he potentially going to be the next player on the move as well for the Chicago Bulls, man? This is absolutely crazy. And they've traded him for Rob Dillingham, another undersized player who's not even a point guard. You can't even say that Rob Dillingham is a point guard at this point in time. But yet this is where we are right now. So, hey, it's my mama's birthday. On my mama's birthday, they have traded my favorite Chicago Bull, Ayo Dosunmu, and they haven't gotten a lot back for it. Now, maybe Rob Dillingham ends up turning into something. I don't know. But at the end of the day, like, now your roster still makes no sense. You got Colin Sexton, you got Jaden Ivey, you got Anthony Simons. You have now adding Rob Dillingham to that, another undersized scoring guard as well. I have no idea what we're doing right now. Now, the Bulls still have assets to where they could be setting up for something later down the road. But as it stands right now, this trade makes no sense. No sense. And listen, the Minnesota Timberwolves get a hell of a two-way player to replace Nickeil Alexander-Walker coming off that bench. The Bulls now are the OKC of second-round picks. That's really what this has turned into, man. The Bulls are the OKC of second-round picks, and this is just absolutely crazy. There have been a lot of Bulls fans that said if the Bulls traded Ayo Dosunmu, they were going to be out on this franchise. Now we're going to have to see how many of them actually live up to that and actually hold true to that, because no Ayo Dosunmu. Ayo Dosunmu is no longer a Chicago Bull. He is off the Chicago Bulls. Ayo and Kobe traded in back-to-back days is not something that I had on my bingo card. For most people, and even Casey Johnson and others who have been reporting on this, thought that it was going to be either Kobe or Ayo. Now you move on from both these guys in back-to-back days, and we just don't know what's going on. You didn't get a single first-round pick back for any of these guys. Not a single first-round pick back. This makes no sense for the Chicago Bulls, man. For a team that, for all intents and purposes, that, weren't that far out of the 6th seed. Like, I'm not saying that they could have achieved that or they would have achieved that, but they weren't that far out of the 6th seed. You have now completely and utterly changed your team around to now be a bottom feeder. The Charlotte Hornets are going to pass you up. And you're prioritizing draft position when you already have made it through the majority of the season. Like, you should have did this at the beginning of the season to where you could have had a first-round pick back. Like, it's crazy to say that when it comes down to this, man. And even now, like, let's say even if the Bulls do make a big swing or a superstar move like a lot of you guys want to see, do we even have the framework around it anymore? Me and Pat, the designer, have talked a lot about over on Locked On Bulls, the fact that the Bulls were one of the teams that were ready made. If they did get a star, if a player did develop into a star, they were ready made. They had all the role players ready to go. Now, not so much. So I don't know what the Bulls are doing. Maybe they're still setting the deck for something unexpected when it comes down to that. But we get another undersized guard. We get Leonard Miller as well, who I admittedly don't know a lot about Leonard Miller. I don't even know if how long he's been in the league, but hold on, I'm going to look it up real quick. That's just me admitting it. I'm not going to try to front on y'all and act like I'm a Leonard Miller guy. Like, if you ask me about Juan Behringer, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, those type of guys, I'd have a lot to give you on. But let's see. Who the hell is Leonard Miller? All right, so Leonard Miller was a second-round pick in 2023. He's 6'10", 222 pounds, and 22 years old. Okay? I mean, all right. All right. Like, you didn't get a first-round pick for Ayo. Ayo is one of the best value contracts in the league. If Ayo Dosunmu was on a winning team like he's about to be with the Minnesota Timberwolves, he would be a legitimate six-man of the year candidate. And you got no first-round pick back for that. This, I said it in today's daily episode. This better work out, because if this does not work out, it's time for Acme to go, and it may be time for them to go already. The only thing that they've maybe rebuilt here is their exit. That's what they've maybe cooked up here, is finally putting the process in place to get them the fuck up out of here. That's what this is really about, and that's what this really can turn into at this point in time, is that they're just cooking and getting themselves out of here. That's what this is, because you talk about dysfunction, you talk about bad moves, all of this. This is just a bad. We are now somebody said we're the shortest team in the league. Like, yeah, that plus some, man. And you know what? I agree with this comment here. Amit, I agree. If you're resetting this, it's time for Billy to go. Billy has to go as well. It's time for Billy to go. That's what this is. It's time for Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan has not done enough to deserve to go through a rebuild. If you're really resetting it with all younger players, Billy Donovan is not the guy to go through that rebuild with. Hayes, I don't know how you feel about this, but I really want Dillingham. Miller may have some upside. I don't know. See, I'm not high on Dillingham at all. Now, I'll be glad if he ends up working out. I'll be glad to tell you I'm wrong. But Dillingham is a scorer who's undersized and can't create space in the NBA, at least from what we seen so far. If anyone tells you that they can fleece us and offer shit trades, just know they're telling the truth. I feel you on that one. Whatever they said the Bulls are about to get fleeced, they said that. Whatever they said, believe that shit. Bro, I'm in business school, and this is awful asset management. I don't know how AK got this far in the job. Bro, I said it about Kobe White wasn't traded. Kobe White was liquidated. And you could say the same thing about Ayo Dosunmu. This isn't an Ayo Dosunmu trade. This isn't getting assets back for Ayo Dosunmu. This is a liquidation. That's what this is. This is an absolute liquidation. This isn't just a resetting of assets. This is a liquidation. You traded Ayo Dosunmu and got an undersized guard back that can't guard shit, can't score at the next level, can't pass. Like, what? Where's the fit there? Where's the fit there? Rob Dillingham, and again, I would love for a year from now, I'm sitting here saying, hey, I was wrong about Rob Dillingham. I would love to say that. But this is not this. Rob Dillingham is bad, bro. He's not a good basketball player. I'm sorry. I've not seen anything that's not a good basketball player. 14 second-round picks. Like, damn, can you combine some of them second-round picks into a first? Can we consolidate some of those into a first? We might as well bring Javon Carter back at this point. Just go ahead and re-sign Javon Carter back. Who are they trading next? Biddy the Bull. That's crazy. 4 seconds for 2 young players and expiring. I mean, that's what it is. Really not that. No, that's bad, bro. I'm sorry. That's bad. That's very bad, Brums. I gotta disagree with you on that one, brother. Shout out to my brother Brums, one of the best people from the Discord. But I got to disagree with you on that one, bro. This is bad asset management right now. I knew the Bulls front office, AK general manager, didn't know what they were doing 2 seasons ago. When they gave Billy Donovan an extension, we should have all seen this coming. That's just ridiculous. It's bad. It's bad. And we should have known something was coming when they signed Mac McClung to another undersized guard. They signed him to a 2-way contract. Bulls doing people favors as is. Like, that's what, like, AK, it's almost like AK knows he's, like, maybe AK knew he was about to get fired and we didn't find out about it. I don't know, but it's time for AK to go. This is it. It's time for AK to go, in my personal opinion. There's some people that love the Dillingham trade. Look, let me ask you, for those that like the Rob Dillingham portion of this trade, what have you seen from Rob Dillingham that gives you faith that he's going to be an NBA player? Not what he was potential, not his potential in the draft, not what he did in college, none of that. I'm saying, what have you seen from him at the NBA level that says to you that this is a guy that's going to be a good NBA player? I'm not asking for college. I'm not asking for any of that. I'm asking what happened at the NBA level that makes you think he's going to be a good player. That's what I'm asking for. Please focus on that. Don't talk about college. I don't want to hear nothing about college. I don't want to hear nothing about any of that. I'm asking a very simple question. What has he done at the NBA level that has made you think he is going to be anything right now for the Chicago Bulls? And even a development piece. Like, I'll tell you this, Dalen Terry looks better than Rob Dillingham. Like, Dalen Terry, who we traded last night, looks like a better prospect than Rob Dillingham from everything that I've seen. I'm disgusted. Fire everybody. The fact that we actually traded a player at the highest value point is, bruh, we actually traded Ayo Dosunmu at his highest value. This is the highest value that Ayo Dosunmu is. Exactly. Timberwolves fans are happy as hell right now, as they should. As they should be. As they should be. That's crazy. That's crazy. Man, I am so over this team. I'm so disappointed by this team. That's all I can say, man. I am completely and utterly just flabbergasted that like, listen, I'm not mad. Like, if you were going to trade Ayo, you were going to trade Ayo. But this is the best that you can do. You couldn't get Juan Behringer back for trading Ayo Dosunmu? Man, that's crazy. That's wild, man. Hey, listen, can we bring Javonte Green back? Can we get Derrick Jones Jr. back? Hell, at this point, I'd rather just see Kurt Heinrich, Luol Deng, all those guys. I know they're all old men now, but I'd rather see all those guys in the Bulls uniform again. Because us as a friend, I need everybody to realize the Bulls are about to suck for a very, very, very long time. There is no coming out of this anytime soon. We're not. This isn't going to be a quick turnaround. I hope nobody thought that. This is done. There's no big move coming. I get it that it's copium and everybody's like, oh, well, what if we make a big trade? There got to be a big. There's not a big move coming. There's not a big move coming. It's not. Listen, bring Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan back at this point. Alonzo Ball's about to be a free agent. You might as well bring the Ballsack back. You can sign Lonzo. He's about to be waived. He's an unrestricted free agent. You can trade for Zach and DeMar. You can bring all that back. Bring all that back. We might as well bring the Ballsack back and just say, hey, listen, what are we gonna do now? Fire Billy Donovan. That's where I'm at with this. Please fire Billy Donovan. At the very minimum, at least we can do is have a new coach that's going to actually lead this rebuild that we're about to go through again. We can at least do that. Man. Hey, here goes. Here's to a few years of more 7th overall picks. Man. Well, all right, y'all. Love you guys. Make sure you guys are following us at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773 270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. And we'll see what else today brings, man. We'll see what else today brings. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See you, Red, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.